Are you ready to create a rapid acceleration in your business? Have you even taken the time to figure out what does that even look like? In this episode today, we're going to talk about how we can partner together to help you to create a rapid acceleration in your business. You guys, we have been into some incredible things this year already, and I am so excited to share all the things that have come up, the things that are to come, and how it can truly help you to create a rapid acceleration in your business. So if you've been praying for that answer for a next level, right now is your time. Let's see how we can partner together for your next level. Let's get into it. What's up, leader? Welcome to the Gifted Entrepreneur Show, the dopest podcast on the planet that explores the world of Christian entrepreneurship and reveals secrets to unlocking your unique codes to create generational wealth. I'm your host, LaDondra Hervey, wife, mom, award-winning author, and Christian business coach who's excited to take you on a transformational journey of taking bold steps to unlock your unique gifts and pursue your entrepreneurial dreams with unwavering faith. Buckle up. It's time to make your dreams of creating generational wealth a reality. Hey, welcome you guys to the Gifted Entrepreneur Show, where we're unlocking the codes to create generational wealth using your God-given gifts. And today's episode, we are going to be tapping in, and really I'm going to be giving you an update on what you can expect from us as we are continuing to expand and we are continually to grow and help you to step into that next level of your growth as a kingdom business builder. And you guys, this month, over this last quarter, actually, there has been a lot that's been happening. I mean, we started this month, I keep saying this month, but really this quarter running. And if I'm being honest, that was not my intention. My intention was these three words. I said we were going to focus in on simplification, and we were going to focus on really being more intentional and about conversions. And I will say that the simplicity part of it got challenged a bit, because what we had set out for our initial agenda, God just sped that up in months. Like months got sped up into days. And I mean, we really have experienced like a rapid acceleration. And I'm telling you this because I want to encourage you first and foremost, for those of you who have been praying and asking God to intervene in your business and to show up and show out and do what only He can do. I will tell you that we have been praying that, and when we hit this quarter, January, like He showed up and showed out in ways that only He could. And we thought that we were going to come in and we had this simplified plan. And again, He challenged that plan with rapid acceleration. And so one thing that comes to my mind as I tell you this is that we were able to take on that rapid acceleration because not only were we praying for a thing, we had prepared our nets and we had casted our nets and we had our team prepared and our boats ready for God to overflow in our life and in our business. And that reminds me of the story of Peter. And if you don't know what I'm referencing to, when they were out and they had been fishing, and they're like, okay, God, like, there was nothing that was coming, and God got in the boat of their situation, and the tide, it just shifted, and they went from not having anything to not being able to almost pull up everything that they had. They actually had to call in reinforcement to help them to pull up the blessings, overflow of blessings of fish that had God had released into their nets. And so my question to you is, are you ready for that next level of acceleration? Are you ready? Are your nets ready? And when I say are they ready, listen guys, we can get in the mindset to where we're like, yeah, God just bless me. I will tell you, over these last almost 9 years of being in business, there are some things that you can say that you're ready for, and you think that in your mind you're ready for it, but the reality is once those things are presented to you, you may not be as ready as you thought that you were. And so you really want to put some time in and ask the questions. Are you ready? And if you're not ready, or you don't even know if you're ready, then that's an opportunity to lean in to the Holy Spirit and ask for wisdom to say, God, what do I need to do to get positioned for the things that I've prayed for? Had we not been in position for the things we've prayed for, we would have literally been overwhelmed. And I can't say that it wasn't a stretch for us, because it was, even being ready, but we were ready. That's the key. We were ready to take on another level of acceleration. And so that's why I wanted to just pop in, because you may have seen that things have been off on our schedule for podcasting, and maybe like, okay, like what are they doing over there? And I just want to update you to just kind of let you know. So like I said, we started out in January and we had our plan. And I'll tell you, when we had hit January, we were really focusing in on those business owners who were at the 7-figure mark and helping them to take that next level leap into creating the next level of income, whether it's into that multi 6 figures or beyond, right? And so we had been really hands down and anchoring in on that, and through a signature process that we've been certified on, and it's incredible. So I'll tell you, so this is the first part. If you are in that phase and you're like, hey, like I'm at that 7-figure mark, I'm not in those startup phases. I don't need to hear about more how do you brand or how do you launch and how to's. I really need someone to come alongside of me and be a thought partner to really help me and my team to create a next level leap, to really figure out what are those things that we need to be doing to create an acceleration to really serve our clients and at a higher impact, and then to create higher income with ease and grace, without having to be stressed out and in strain and figuring out like what's the next launch and jumping around like a monkey on Instagram and TikTok and all this crazy stuff. Listen, if you're in that place and you're like, I just need it to be simplified, and I need to figure out what is that missing piece of the puzzle that would help us to create that next level leap, then you want to talk to us. You want to set up a growth consulting call. And I'm telling you, this will be something that will be game changing for you, because what we're going to do is help you to limit your focus, because a lot of times you are focusing on too many things, and when you're focusing on too many things, you lose momentum. And then you also, it's not, you don't have a quantifiable goal that you can actually measure its impact. And then once we figure out what's the highest priority that is needle moving to create that rapid acceleration of impact and income, then we will create a plan around that's really going to position you and your team again for the next level of growth and anchor you down. And then next we'll create some assets, that those assets will be in position to anchor your business down so that you can create leverage. And that leverages you creating a system that was going to work on autopilot for you, that you will, once it's put in place, then it's just going to keep on creating a multiplication effect in your business. And then we'll review progress. And once we review progress, then we will repeat that again with your next level goal. And before you know it, you've went from six figures to your first seven figures, or whatever the case is. But this is mostly, with this particular plan, we mostly work with you if you're at that 500K mark or up. And so if that's where you are, then set up a growth consultation with us and we'll be happy to serve. So the second thing to update you on what's been going on around here is, so as God would have it, then we were going along and doing great in helping those seven-figure clients and getting prepared and to really help them to create that amplified multiplication effect. And then God presented us with an opportunity to pitch our business to Christian investors in Tampa, which was really fun. Didn't even know that there was even a thing. Like, I had not put in my business plan to even want to pitch ever. Like, when I say ever, ever. And so with me saying that, I'm updating you guys, but then I'm also dropping nuggets of wisdom. And my hope is that you would take these nuggets of wisdom and either be encouraged by them or use them as seeds to plant in your business for that next level of growth. And so, like I say, it was not in my plan to pitch. However, what we have to do is we have to hold our plan loosely compared to, so that we not, I won't even say compared to, we hold our plans loosely so that we can create space to hear what God is trying to do in and through our business. It's like we make our plans, but the Lord determines the steps, and He determines the order. He determines. There's another scripture that says that He determines. We throw the dice, but He determines how those dice, where they roll, and what they roll on, and all of that. And so the key here is to surrender your plans and hold your plans loosely, so that you'll be available to hear and receive what God has in store for you in that season. So there had been a vision in my heart to launch what we have is the Growth Alliance Center. And I initially I was going to call it something totally different. And this was some years ago. Well, as God would have it, that time for those years had come now. This is the appointed time for that to come. And so an opportunity came available for us to pitch to the Christian investors. And we, in a matter of 6 weeks, you guys, or less than 6 weeks, really, we pulled together a whole pitch and did what our mentors was saying that's over the event, that it takes most people to do in 6 months to a year. We were able to pull that together in about 6 weeks or less, and really pull it off to the point of not only having our pitch deck created, having our pitch talk created, also learning new investor terms that we had no idea about. But God created a rapid acceleration with that, and we were able to get into that room. And when I tell you that our plan it unfolded in a beautiful way. And so now what's happening is, those of you who are at that 6-figure mark, we are developing an opportunity to help you to create another level of acceleration. So we already have our next level mastermind, which the ladies in there, I have to say, are kicking butt. Like, we have put some metrics in place and really getting some things together so that they can step into March. And March, our theme is the month of monetary miracles. And that just feels good rolling off of my tongue. And we are stepping into that in a way where that sisterhood network are leaning on one another and again, in sisterhood and in prayer and in strategy to really support one another's growth. And so we are doing that. But now there's another layer to it with the Growth Alliance Center that's coming forward, where we're getting ready to introduce some amazing content that's going to help you from a place of not only biblically based marketing strategies, biblically based financials and investing, and really also helping you with the just the biblically based mindsets that you need to tap into to really create that next level of income. Because many of you may have found yourself hitting these plateaus and you're wondering, okay, how do I get past this plateau? Like, I've tried all the things, I've been in all the trainings, and it's not until you really lean into the right principles, kingdom principles, that's really going to unlock those next levels. And not only do we have that in experience, we have that in training, and we're pulling together all of that to introduce that to those of you who are following us. And there's going to be some levels of this where through our up and coming app, we are going to introduce to you for free. But there's going to be those are going to be on the basic levels. But then for those of you who are taking it seriously, and that's like if you're just needing that introduction to be like, okay, let me see if these people, like, are these my people? Because it's not fun to enter into a network and you're like, okay, like, I've been burned before, or maybe like you feel like that you've invested and didn't see results, or whatever the case is. That'll be your opportunity to lean in and be like, well, let me just test and see. So we will have some of that available. But then for those of you who are like, hey, I don't need to test and see. I'm done with, like, I just need to I know that these are my people. I've been listening to the podcast for a minute. And so, like, I've just needed them to introduce this. And now I know, like, okay, this is where I need to be. And so if that's you, then be on the lookout for what we're going to be doing for that, because what we're going to be doing is creating some accelerated pods where you'll be able to tap in to that right community that's going to literally help you to create an accelerated effect in your business. And it's going to be in a small group setting, and there's going to be growth metrics that you'll be responsible for so that you can see real results this year. So you guys, I'm going to tell you now, if that's something that you're interested in, we're going to be having a survey that's going to be coming out soon. And so go ahead and just be on the lookout for that survey, because we're going to be surveying our audience to see, okay, what is it exactly that you need? Because we want to meet you exactly where you are. So we have all the content, we have all the tools, we have all the things, but then we want to connect all of that to where you are so that you can get the highest level of impact and experience the highest level of excellence in the delivery of this with the Growth Alliance Center. And then, so that's that part. So we have those who are at the 7-figure mark, where you'll be able to join in and take that next level leap through our one-on-one growth and consulting strategies. Or you can go ahead and partner with us with our next level mastermind. And then when we open up for level 3, which will be our Growth Alliance Center, with the app and all the things that we're going to be doing in person and online. So there's going to be a hybrid effect on what we're going to be offering. It's going to be amazing. So I'm telling you now to be on the lookout. And that's why, there's our schedule has been a little bit off, but there's a lot of wonderful things that's coming down the pipeline for you. So again, be on the lookout. Go ahead and start praying. So for those of you who are like, I got to process, I got to pray, now's the time to do that. Because when we hit the ground with this, we're going to hit the ground, and we're going to hit the ground with the right select of people who's ready to take that next level. And I'm telling you now, for the accelerated pods, they are going to be small, and they are going to be by application, because we want to make sure that there's the right people that are signing up for that and who are in community with us on that. And the crazy part, I don't even want to call it crazy, because I don't even want to just say communing, the ones who are communing with us, because we're gonna not this is gonna be high intimacy. So we're going to be communing with God first, communing with one another as a community, and learning how to commune with as leaders, and learning how to create that space to bring about another level of success according to God's purpose and his principles. And we're going to literally, like I said, measure those growth outcomes to make sure that you actually see an outcome, the outcome that you've been praying for. Because there's one thing about praying, and there's a whole nother thing when you can see your prayers in action with a strategy that is really taking you to the next level. So those are some things that are happening. We're going to have some phenomenal guests. So this is the last thing that I'm going to say, because I told y'all we have a lot that's coming, but we're going to have some phenomenal guests that's going to be coming on the show. A lot of those business owners are at the multi 6 and 7 figure businesses. We're really going to be having a lot more 7-figure businesses. So for those of you who are at the 6-figure mark and you're like trying to figure out, like, what do I need to do to get to that next level? Well, there's nothing like listening in on how some examples of how those other Christian entrepreneurs have unlocked the codes to create that generational wealth according to their God-given gifts, and they've done it without compromising their faith. And so we're going to be having that come down the pipeline. So y'all get ready for a lot of amazing things. If you know somebody who can benefit from this podcast, please go ahead and refer them to share it. Refer it. All you got to do is copy the link, and you can share it via text or via email or even on your social media. Another thing that I'm asking of you guys, if you feel like you've been getting high value from this, please take a moment. The best compliment that you can give is to just take a moment and go down just scroll down to the bottom if you're on an iPhone or on Apple, and you'll see a part where it says leave a review. And if you just leave your 5-star rating first, like 5-star rating, and then comment below like how this podcast has helped you, and be specific in sharing some of those breakthroughs, because what that does is helps us to reach those in other countries who are needing, in other states that need what we have to offer. We want to be salt and light in a time where there's lots of darkness. And like, you guys, before I even started my business, and what really propelled me to really step out by faith and be overt with my faith and belief, is that I was in a lot of these trainings, and I would see real life witches, and they were doing mantras and talking about how, then they switch from that and go to talking about Jesus is their brother. And it was a lot, tarot cards, and I don't know, it was so much stuff. I'm like, what is happening? Have I been living in a bubble? I didn't even know that this stuff existed to this extent. And so here we are now, 9 years down the line, almost in April. And we've been consistent in providing that biblically based training that is really going to help you to get to that next level. And if you're at that, I will say this, if you're in the beginning stages of your business and you're like, you know what, like, I just need to get started and getting some foundational pieces. Let's talk about our Woke Academy. For us, Woke, it stands for Women Operating Kingdom Enterprises. And that academy helps you to set the foundation that you need to take your business from purpose to profit and beyond, and to legacy impact. And those are the foundational pieces, and we have that training all marked out for you. It's DIY, and you just send me a DM and we'll talk more about that and how we can get you connected with that training. I know that this has been a lot of updates, but let me tell you, stay on the lookout. Go ahead and take action, because those of you who take the first actions, those of you who be on the list first, was to reach out and be like, okay, like, now's the time. I will tell you, this is the year of the citizen. That was the word that I said with God on. and it's the year of the citizen. And this is where we're going deeper into our citizenship, our kingdom citizenship, tapping into those laws and principles, biblically based laws and principles that really are going to set us apart as business owners, that's going to set us apart as leaders, and that's going to set us apart as those generational change agents that we've been called to be. Gone are the days where we're suffering in silence and trying to make ends meet without really knowing, like, okay, what's the next step? What do I do? And feeling stuck and alone. Gone are the days for that. Let's tap in, because there's other people on the other side of your decision to step into the highest version of your citizenship. It's time for you to stop operating in anything less than what God has already said is his best for your life and for your business. If he's already said it's good, it's time to accept that it is good and to create a plan, a strategic plan around what he has already ordained, and to tap into that without all the stress and strife and all of these broken beliefs, and really and to really come out of alignment with the patterns of this world, this system that are killing, stealing, and destroying the very good that God has imparted in our heart. That's killing, stealing that vision that God has given us. Let's get back into alignment and get back into our kingdom position to really start to see real fruit happen as we continually to abide in him and to walk in his principles, to walk in the safety of his laws and his protection, and be the queens and kings that he have ordained for us to be. So if that's you, I'm telling you, tap in, and please don't forget to share. All right, you guys, y'all be ready for our next episodes, because I'm going to be tapping in on faith. And it's been a lot brewing in my mind on faith. And so be on the lookout for that, and it may turn into a series. Who knows? All right. Have a blessed one, and I will chat with you in a few days. Bye. Did that episode feel juicy or what? If so, please do me a favor and take 30 seconds to write a review. Your review helps us to spread the mission of creating generational wealth around the world. And if you tag me on IG stories, I'll be sure to reshare the love. And don't forget to join our Kingdom Collaborators Network, where we're coming together to intentionally collaborate to grow our business. Until next time, remember, for with Christ, nothing is impossible.